Right, guys, I'm giving you an update. Jordan was home today and he was in school, and this is his magnetic cancellation for today. You'll see that's locked over there crooked. It's not straight like that because his pusher is off center, the repulsion side, so I got to get him to move that over, you see. But and then it's crooked too. It's on an angle that way. It's kind of pointed that way. You see that? I got to get him to see this and then draw the line straighter. I think it's a little crooked, and you can see when I flip the switch on, here's the 3 battery circuit, 14-7. You can see it going round. I got this one deliberately loose to see if I push it in a little. And these are all non-magnetic materials. That's a non-magnetic bolt, and this is a piece of strong plastic. We get it a little closer maybe. Well, not that close. So you see it's pretty safe, this little gadget here. But you can see it's going pretty fast. It's wiggling in there. It's going pretty fast. Hear it? Now if I pull that magnet out, I don't have my counter or anything on there right now. Let's push that magnet out of there. Although I could easily do it. There's a certain RPM that it's going on in right now. It's not really that fast. I'm helping you guys to gain an awareness. See the speed of that? You can get a relative idea at a slow speed. That's slow. Right there. Now if I can sneak that magnet in while you're watching, you'll see it speed up. If I don't get my finger in here. Or you'll see it slow down. But it is faster now. Let me push this magnet in a little bit. Let's see if we can see a magnet go out the end a little bit more. And it'll speed up just a little bit, but we're at low RPM, so at the higher RPMs this is cranking now. You can hear it tick tick tick. There's a certain timing to it. It's faster. So when you put the counter magnet in, let me see if I can get that back out of there again. Back that off again. You'll see it slow down. It'll start slowing down, just a little bit, because there's no counter weight or no counterbalancing. See it go faster? I'm putting it over here. I'm putting it on the, manually. Let me get these. It's more over here. He's got it off center, and I want it more over here. And I'm doing it by hand. But it's knocking my hand over, and it's not. It's speeding up just a little bit. But more than that, this little motor, if you guys remember my little motor that's going around there, see the belt? It's driving it. It's a very strong platform to work with. you can screw in magnets and stuff on top of this and it's not wobbling. That's what you need where your gaps are. There's the gap right there. It's a 1/16 of an inch on this one. And this one's cool because I can stop it. See, it won't break the lock. That's strong right there. But if I put the counter magnet on there, I can actually get it to push off. See it there? Now I'm holding this one and it's knocking my hand back. I need a stronger holder. But you'll see it. If you get it just right, if you get both sides just right, you might have to back it off a little, back it up or push it forward at a certain speed, and it will it'll go faster. And here I'm gonna let you listen and watch the speed, and then I'll let the magnet off. But this is not very sensitive to RPM because I have a 100-volt motor here, and it's for safety for Jordan, so he can stop it at any time he wants and it doesn't burn up that motor, and he can play with cancellation, and me too. So we're actually learning together. What we found out was that if this is a real tiny magnet, and if we use the bigger one, which, where is that? Here's a great big one. See, now this one and this one are quite a bit different in size. This one is monster, and then this one is real little. You can see it's a real little one. That one works better. If you get the big one on there and canceling out, you'll have to be way back, but it works. It speeds up. I don't know if you can hear it. If you get it just right, it helps overcome the drag, because every time it hits that, there's some drag that involved. And then this one over here can, if it's wrong, it can slow it down like this. Watch. If I get the angle wrong, watch, I'll slow it way down. See it fighting it? So you can slow it down by having the wrong magnet hooked up on counter too. So it's got to be adjusted right. It's running at 14.7. Also, we tried these square ones, and we have a square one with a shield on it, and it's right here. If I can get it off of something, you'll see this one is square and it's got a metal shield on it, and we kind of taped it and jammed it in there so we can adjust it, but it's not easy. You got to use pliers or something to adjust it. And see, I got it recessed where the shield is covering the end, and then that way, the reason I did it that way is because you'll notice, see the motor's on right now, it's closer. It also attracts, the metal actually attracts to it, which on the repulsion side, but you can balance between the repulsion and the attraction. You can get a little distance change from here to here, because like over here on this side, it begins to attract. Let's see, where is that? Well, the motor's on. Let me shut that motor off. Okay, it begins to attract. You can see it. Not there, not there, right about there. You see, it don't want to go back, and I got the belt on, so it's not perfect, but you'll see it'll start to draw in there. If I go a little too far, see, so it's not too far away, about an inch, it seems like, or maybe 3/4 from center to center is about an inch. That's where the attraction takes place. So what we want to do on this side is we want the repulsion the same way. We don't want the repulsion pushing away at 3 inches, too big of a magnet, right? So we got this big magnet shielded, so we can bring it over, bring it over, bring it over, and it starts pushing right there. That's about 1.5 inches right there. See it there? It's about 1.5 inches. So that's too far. So that's why, you know, having the right magnet, like Turion says, obviously. Here's another one. Now this is a little one, and it's not much better. You'll see that it interacts with it at about 1.25 inches, somewhere farther than the attraction side. So what we did was we had a, I don't know if I can find it here where it went, but there's a little, we had a shield for this right here. It went around this, and when you shield it, it shortens the distance dramatically here. Like I say, I need this magnet close to cancel, to be strong enough to cancel, but over here it's like 1.5 inches, and there's a lot of pressure there at 1.5 inches. So I want to bring it in like the other side. So the shield did that. The shield kept it from pushing so hard side to side. It was more over here, as you can see. So that's part of it too. Or I could get a smaller magnet maybe. But there's your center line. You see, I'm holding it with all my strength there, so I know where it is. But then he's got it crooked, so a little bit crooked. So we got to really have an adjuster here to do this, and because there's always going to be a few degrees out. So I'm going to put this, and he's got it also not high enough. You'll notice it's not near high enough as high as the other one, but it's not critical. As you can see, everything plays a role, but as you can see right in here, their gap is like 1/2 inch. That's a 1/2 inch gap right there between magnets, and over here it's just a 1/16. So you see what he's up to, and looking down, see how crooked it is there? It's doing something, but I need to get him to see that it's not quite straight. You see that? He's got to move this hole over here on this side up a little, and in the end get it straighter on the line. Alright, that's it for now, guys. And I'll turn it on one more time. It don't break the lock. See, I want it to be here, so when I flip the switch on the motor and it's at 14 volts, it's just stuck. See, and that's why I have this motor like this, so it doesn't burn up. But you can tell some things about it. For instance, even with it not quite right, and I'm removing the belt now. See down here, I got this belt on here, and I'm going to pop it off. Alright, there's my belt. Now, the wheel, freewheels. See how easy it moves till it gets to there. And if you get your magnet right on the repulsion side, and he's got to get it out farther too, because I don't think he's got enough pressure. But that helped. It definitely helped. You'll see when it goes by here, it's smoother. See, before it would lock right there every time, and now with it just barely pushing it, it goes by. See that? It goes by because this one cancels. See how smooth that is now? That's real smooth. Before it would just lock up like that every time, but this is looser because you have the other side canceling it. It's way looser. It's not perfect, but it's way looser, and you would save current there on your motor. But you can see it just goes right by even though it's crooked. Okay, thanks for listening, you guys. Bye.